Let's talk about us.
Okay.
We were always friendly.
Right. Good relationship.
Right? And then came the August 6, 2015 debate, and I asked you a tough question about women using only the words that you had used. I thought it was a fair question. Why didn't you?
I thought it was unfair. I thought, first of all, I didn't think it was really a question. I thought it was more of a statement. That's the first question that I've ever been asked during a debate, and I've never debated before. I mean, my whole life is a debate, but I've never actually debated before. And I'm saying to myself, man, what a question. And then, of course, then you have Brett doing his thing, so I'm saying to myself, I got 2 hours of this. I don't really blame you because you're doing your thing, but from my standpoint, I don't have to like it.
Afterward, you said you didn't feel that the moderators had been nice. But do you think it's the journalist's role to be nice to presidential candidates at a debate?
No, fair. I don't care if they're nice. They have to
You
be
use the
fair.
word nice.
Well, okay. No, I don't think so. I mean, I might have said they weren't nice, but that doesn't mean they have to be nice. I mean, I've known many...
You know, it's not a cocktail party.
No, no. I tell you what, in a certain way, what you did might have been a favor because I felt so good about having gotten through. I said, if I can get through this debate with those questions, you can get through anything.
You seemed to stay angry for months.
You know?
Was that real or was that strategy?
Well, I'm a real person. I don't say, oh, gee, I'm angry tonight, but tomorrow you're my best friend. See, I do have a theory that, you know, when somebody does it, and this could happen again with us. I mean, it could be even doing this particular interview. I have great respect for you that you were able to call me and say, let's get together and let's talk. To me, I would not have done that. I don't say that as an, you know, as a positive. I think it's a negative for me. And you walk into Trump Tower, we didn't have like on a neutral site or over at Fox or something. That would be a whole different thing, and I wouldn't have done it.
I think the doormen are still recovering.
I think the whole building's recovering. You have people going like, this can't be possible, right?
And this is the first you and I have ever discussed what happened between us over the past 9 months, because you and I did not talk about that in our meeting.
We didn't discuss it. No, we didn't discuss it.
So when you look back on the past 9 months from that first debate to now, any regrets?
Absolutely, I have regrets. I don't think I want to discuss what the regrets are, but absolutely, I could have done certain things differently. I could have maybe used different language in a couple of instances. But overall, you know, I have to be very happy with the outcome. And I think if I didn't conduct myself in the way I've done it, I don't think I would have been successful, actually. If I were soft, if I were, you know, presidential, okay, presidential. In a way, it's a bad word because there's nothing wrong with being presidential. But if I would not have fought back the way I fought back, I don't think I would have been successful.
You're no longer just Donald Trump businessman or Donald Trump host of Celebrity Apprentice. Now you're steps away from the presidency. Have you given any thought in this position to the power that your messaging has on the lives of the people you target and on the millions of people who take their cue from you?
I have. And I see suffering. I mean, I see tremendous suffering, and I understand it. I have a very big heart. A lot of people don't understand that, but people that know me do. And we have to take care of our country. And I do feel America first. I mean, America has been 4th and 5th and 9th. I mean...
Well, you know what I'm saying. When Donald Trump targets somebody and says, this person is bad, that person is bad, it creates a firestorm in those people's lives, and many of these people are so-called civilians who haven't put themselves out there as public figures.
But it's in response to something that they did, or it's in response to...
But you are so powerful. You are so powerful now.
I don't view myself as that. I mean, I view myself as a person that, like everybody else, is fighting for survival. That's all I view myself as. And I really view myself now as somewhat of a messenger. You know, this is a massive thing that's going on. These are millions and millions of people that have been disenfranchised from this country. I was in front of a group the other day, 25,000, at least 25,000 people. The place was going crazy. And I said, I'm like the messenger.
It's true, but they're listening to you, and they're taking their cue from you. So that's the question, is whether now, so close to the Oval Office, whether you will take that responsibility seriously and change your tone to try to be more unifying and less divisive.
I do take it very seriously, and I understand what's going on. And when I see the fervor, when I see 25,000 people that have seats, and not one person during an hour speech will sit down. I say, sit down, everybody, sit down, and they don't sit down. They refuse to sit down. I mean, that's a great compliment. But I do understand the power of the message. There's no question about it.
I want to talk for a minute about the tweeting.
Okay?
Set the scene for me, because I know where I was when I was on the receiving end of a lot of those tweets, but I have always wondered where you were. I'm picturing like a crushed velvet smoking jacket, you know, chaise lounge, slippers.
Maybe not as fancy as that. Maybe probably a lot less.
Walk us through it. You said it's you if it's past 7 in the evening.
This weekend, I picked up 114,000 people.
But what do? Do you pick up your iPhone and actually tweet yourself?
Usually after 7 or 8 o'clock, I'll do it myself. But during the day, if I'm in the office, I have a number of people that I'll just call out a tweet to. It's always my writing.
You call out exclamation point.
I'd say exclamation point. I do.
Sad.
You know me well. You know me well. No, I'll say exclamation point. Like
I'm familiar.
So they'll type it out for me real fast. Bring it in. I'll be in a meeting. Blah, 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 boom. Put an exclamation point here, and I'll send it in. So I don't do the physical. Now, after like 7 or 8 o'clock, if I'm home, I'll do it myself. And I have fans, you probably learned, and I didn't do this for this reason, but when you and I were having our little difficulty, you probably had some pretty nasty tweets sent your way. I don't want to say, but I've heard that. I don't want that to happen, but I have fans, they really love, we have an unbelievable bond. We have an unbelievable
You retweet some of those. It's not just the fans.
Yeah, but not the more nasty ones. You would be amazed at the ones I don't retweet.
Bimbo?
Well, there was a retweet, yeah. Did I say that?
Many times.
Ooh, okay. Excuse me.
What do you think with, I mean...
Not the most horrible thing, you know, again, politically, not the most. Over your life, Megyn, you've been called a lot worse. Is that right? Wouldn't you say? You know, you've had a life that's not been that easy. And
it's not about me. It's not about me. It's about the messaging to young girls and to
but again,
other women.
It's a certain amount of fighting back. You know, it's a modern day form of fighting back. I mean, it really is. But
you're going to stop that as president?
well, I'm going to stop it about you now because I think I like our relationship right now. So I'm certainly not going to do it with you. Yeah, I think
now
so.
You have my cell phone
will say
number.
this.
That is actually much more efficient.
You gave me your cell phone number.
And you promised you would not use it for evil.
I don't know. I promise. I promise. You'll never see that. You'll never see that.
If you don't become president, will this all have been for nothing? Or will you have changed America?
So I got a call from a great writer who said to me, congratulations. I said, congratulations on what? He said, what you have done has never been done before. I said, what have I done? He talked about different things. And I said, well, unless I win, I can't do the changes. I can't make America great again. I can't lower taxes and make our military strong and get along with other nations, frankly, that we don't get along with right now, but do better with them, you know, so they're not ripping us off like they all are. But I said, unless I win, I can't do that. He said, no, you're wrong. What you have done has never been done before, and it'll go down in history. And I appreciate, and I don't want to really talk about it because in case it doesn't work out, I guess I'd rather have that narrative. But I will say this, if I don't go all the way and if I don't win, I will consider it to be a total and complete waste of time, energy, and money.
Mr. Trump, thank you
Thank you very much.
It's been fascinating.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it.
Thanks, Megyn.